So, I'm doing something a little bit different today. One of my YouTube subscribers asked for a tutorial on how to do Everything Stays from Adventure Time. Both of the verses are pretty much the same. Yeah, you're playing the same pattern both times. So, first, I'm going to assume that you know all the basic stuff about guitars, like what each string is. If you don't, let me know, and I guess I can do a tutorial on that too. So the first one is G. It's the 3rd fret on the low E, the 2nd fret on E, and the 3rd fret on the high E as well. I also like to do the 3rd fret on B, because I think it just makes it a more full sound. Here it is with it, and then without it. C is the 3rd fret on the A string, 2nd fret on the D string, and the 1st fret on the B string. Same thing here, you can also add the 3rd fret on the low E. I like doing that, but I don't always do that. So, let's go in the garden. And then the next verse also starts with G. You'll find something. And then we go to B7, which was one of the first chords that I kind of considered hard when I was still learning, so maybe you have to work up the finger strength to do it, but it's the 2nd fret on the low E, 1st fret on a D, 2nd fret on G, and 2nd fret on the high E. You'll find something waiting. And the next chord is probably the first one most people learn, E minor. It's just the 2nd fret on the A and D strings. Right there where you left it, lying G, upside. And then we go to D. Down. And that is just, you actually only play the bottom 4 strings on that one. You do the 2nd fret on the G string, 3rd fret on the B string, and 2nd fret on the high E. You just do the same pattern again for the next part of that same verse. Sorry, I'm making sure I'm not running out of time on my Bandicam free trial. Yeah, so let's do that full part again. Let's go in the garden. You'll find something waiting right there where you left it. Oops. Lying upside down. And then do the same pattern again. When you finally find it, you'll see how it's faded. The underside is lighter when you turn it around. Now the chorus is slightly more difficult, I guess, but it's still not too bad. So the first part of the chorus is going to be A minor. It's the 2nd fret on D and G, and the 1st fret on B. Everything stays right where you left it. And when it says left it, you go to E minor again. Everything stays right where you left it. Everything. And then we go back to D. Then we do B7 again. And then we go back to C. Now the next part might be a little tricky if you're a beginner. It's C minor. So we're doing something called a bar chord, where you put your index finger all the way across and you try to hold down every single string. It was definitely something that was really frustrating for me at the beginning. I don't know if I didn't have the finger strength or what, but yeah, so make a bar with your index finger across the 3rd fret, and then you're basically making the same pattern you made with the A minor, but you're moving it up to the 3rd fret. So you have the 4th fret held down on the B string, you have the 5th fret on D and A, and everything else is covered by your index finger all the way across the 3rd fret. And that was for the beginning of Ever So Slightly. but it still changes ever so slightly. And slightly, you're going to make an A minor, but you're going to take your finger off of the 2nd fret on the G string. So that's called an A minor 7, but it still changes. C, C minor, ever so slightly, A minor 7. Then we go back to C minor, daily, and then to G, nightly. And then we go back to D, in little ways. It's hard for me to get my voice to match the right pitch in the middle of the verse, or middle of the chorus like that. Daily and nightly. Then we go to D, in little ways. Back to B7, when everything stays. Go back to E minor. And then we do a little quick chord progression without singing it all. So, when everything stays. C, E minor, D, and then you can just do the whole, pretty much the whole thing all over again. It's the same from here on. So, go down to the ocean, the crystal tide is rising, the water's gotten higher as the shore washes out. When I'm trying to learn a song like this, it's easiest to get the pattern down that your hands are doing before you start to worry about trying to sing along, if you want to sing along. In my first video, where I didn't even mention her name yet, Rosie-Rose, that's the viewer that requested this tutorial. In that video, I was just whistling it because I wasn't confident in my singing abilities yet. So you could do something like that if you wanted to, or you could play and have someone else sing along, you know. Whatever you're comfortable with. You don't have to sing or whistle at all. Let's go in the garden. You'll find something waiting right there where you left it, lying upside down. When you finally find it, you'll see how it's faded. The underside is lighter when you turn it around. Everything stays right where you've left it. Everything stays, but it still changes ever so slightly, daily and nightly, in little ways, when everything stays. Go down to the ocean, the crystal tide is rising, the water's getting higher as the shore washes out. Keep your eyes wide open, even when the sun is blazing. The moon controls the tide, it can cause you to drown. Everything stays right where you've left it. Everything stays, but it still changes ever so slightly, daily and nightly, in little ways, everything stays. And as you can see, I missed some, my finger slipped a couple times or got caught on a string or whatever, so I'm by no means perfect. As long as you are comfortable with the way that you're playing it and you play whatever pattern or whatever speed you prefer, then it's going to sound good. The important thing is you're playing for yourself. You're not doing this to impress other people. You're just having fun with it. So just play what sounds good to you. Like and subscribe. Feel free to ask me for any other tutorials of songs that I've done or songs you think I can do. Like I said, I'm not an expert, but if I can try to help you, I will. Thanks for watching.